Thank you, Katie. It's so good to always see you and Mr. Rob. So hey there, kids. Thanks for joining me in Sunday school. So let's see, where did we leave off last week? Who remembers what season in the church we are in? Who said Christmas? No, not yet. It begins with the letter A. Yep, I heard someone say Advent. Good job. So last week, we found out Mary's having a baby and is going to name him Jesus. Joesph is happy that Mary is having a child and they're getting married. Oh, and Jesus is the Son of God. Can't forget that part of the story. How did Mary and Joesph find out she was going to have a child of God? You paid attention. You are right. An angel appeared to Mary and Joesph, delivering God's message. Okay, on to our next chapter in Advent. In those days, the government decided that they should count everyone that lived in that area of the world. So Joesph had to take Mary to his town of Bethlehem to register. Anyone hear of that town before? Bethlehem? Anyone? I know for a fact some of you have heard about this town of Bethlehem many times. This is one story that never changes. So Mary and Joesph lived in the town of Nazareth, and Bethlehem was a long ways away. They had to travel quite a while to get to Bethlehem. How do you think they got there? Do you think they flew out on Southwest Airlines? Do you think they took a train or hopped in Joseph's car and drove? Nope. They had to walk. Who remembers when Sunday school took the trip to Hershey Park a few years ago? I remember some complaining about the long bus ride. Well, think about that bus ride, and then think about having to walk there along dusty, dirty roads. It would be horrible, wouldn't it? And it would take days to get there. Well, that's how it was for Mary and Joesph. Plus, Mary was expecting the baby. Well, they did have a donkey that carried their belongings, and sometimes Mary would ride on the back of the donkey. But poor Joesph had to walk the whole way. Shoo, I bet his feet hurt, because they didn't have sneakers back then, just sandals. Well, when they finally got to Bethlehem, Joesph tried looking for a place for he and Mary to stay. Guess what? Everyone else was in town to register too, so there was nowhere to stay. Joesph looked high and low, but couldn't find anything available. He went to an inn and begged the innkeeper to let them stay, or at least Mary, since she was very, very pregnant. She was tired and uncomfortable. Well, the innkeeper didn't have any rooms left, but he did tell Joesph they could stay in his stable. A stable? Do you know what lives in stables? Yeah, animals, which is fine. I love animals, but do you know what animals do in the stable? I'm pretty sure it didn't smell very pleasant. Anyway, Joesph was grateful they had a place to rest. Mary was happy to just be able to lie down. As it turns out, there were animals in the stable, and they welcomed Mary and Joesph into their home. After all, the stable was the home for the animals. Joesph found some fresh straw and made a place for Mary to lie down. It was warm and they got comfy cozy. I bet their donkey got some fresh hay to eat and fresh straw to lay on too. He was probably tired as well. Well, more about Advent next week. Let's see. Mary's in the stable. Wonder what happens next. This week, I've sent you some more books with activities. There's a book, and then there's activity books for your ages. There's also bulletins and some praying pages as well. Hopefully you've had a good week. As always, come on, say it with me. You know what I'm going to get ready to say. Wear your mask, wash your hands, keep them away from your face, and say your prayers. See you next week.
And now we're going to do a song called All That We Have. All that we have and all that we offer. God.